numbers. So we are all familiar with this. Remember what was confidence interval? Are we going to use T for that? What we are going to do is we are going to use this available numbers for our activity. We will measure their weight, and then we are going to get the average of the weight, and then we will find their confidence interval. We will try it 10 times, okay? So we are going to have it like 10 different ways. Do you remember how did we randomize our calculator? Like, do you remember how did we calculate our? Yeah, that's what we are going to do, and then we will randomly get 10 example for each time. We will get one example from our available numbers, and then we will measure it 10 times, like 10 different, and then we will repeat it 10 times again. So it will take forever. That's what I don't want you to do, like all of them. So what I want you to do is measure it twice. So you will go ahead and randomize your calculator, right? And then you will hit enter, and then it will say go ahead and find 30. So you will go ahead and measure 30 and put it here. Then you will go ahead and measure 31 or 50 or whatever the calculator asks you to calculate, and you will calculate them, and then you will get 10 of them, okay, for the first try. And then you will get, what was this? Do you remember? Mean.
Sample mean.
Sample mean, right? So the average of sample mean. So you're going to get the average of all those 10 means, and then you will write that. And then I want you to do the same thing again twice. It will ask you to try it 10 times. You're going to go ahead and use 10 times, but I don't want you to do 10 times. What I want you to do after second try, I want you to go ahead and walk around and find 8 more people. They get their confidence interval, and then go ahead and graph it on your graph. So what you will do is you will find your confidence interval for the first part, for the first sample, let's say, and then you're going to go ahead and put it over here, like your confidence interval. And then you will go ahead and calculate another one and put over here. And then you will walk around and get 8 of them, and then put over here, and then we will go ahead and figure out the answer. What is the true weight of the available numbers, and we will explain this. Hopefully today we are going to finish it. Yes?
What do you mean by like the confidence interval for each? Because like a confidence interval is from one number to another. So like.
Okay. Do you remember the formula for confidence interval?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was.
X bar.
It was, yes.
X bar plus or minus
X
Z,
bar.
Z times theta.
X bar plus or minus
Z
Z critical
times
times
the root of
theta over
Square root
square root of n. So what you will do is for each try you will get an X bar, right? For 10 sample you will get one X bar. And there is a confidence interval. It says what is the confidence interval for 80% or whatever it is. So you're going to go ahead and figure out your Z critical, and you're going to look for the question. Is this always Z? What was the other one? X bar plus or minus T critical, right? Times theta over square root of n, right? So you're going to see in the question if you're going to use Z critical or T critical, Z test or T test. You're going to figure that out, and then for each of them, so what will happen? Let me go from the beginning. So you will get 10 sample, right? So you will say, I'm going to go ahead and calculate the weight of 30th, and then I will go ahead and calculate 99. Then I will go ahead and calculate first one. Just let's say this is the example. You will calculate them, and you're going to go ahead and find your X bar for this one. And then you're going to go ahead and calculate a confidence interval for this one, right? Then you will do the same example twice by yourself, and then the other people are also trying to do 2, right? So you will walk around and get the 8 other confidence interval from your friends. So does it make sense right now?
Yeah.
Laura?
So
Yes.
whenever you graph, you're graphing the confidence intervals, right?
Yes.
Confidence
Yes.
intervals
So-
have 2 points. So
Yeah, so you're going, there you go. Remember what was confidence interval? You get a value or two different values, for instance, between 12 to, let's say, 15.8. So you're going to go ahead and find what is 12 over here, let's say, and then you have 15.8, which will be somewhere over here. So this is your graph for the first confidence interval.
Oh, okay.
Then you will go and calculate another confidence interval. So everybody should calculate 2 confidence interval for this example, and then everybody will walk around and get 8 confidence interval from their classmates. Then we will answer this for the true average, and we will see if we get true average for the jello numbers or not. Yes.
When we're doing a T confidence interval, isn't a theta actually S? Like it's the standard deviation of the sample, right?
Yeah, so you can put S over there. Yeah, that's the formula. But there is the one thing we need to know where to use Z critical or T critical. That's what we are going to look for that. So I already have given in the question that information if you are going to use Z or T. Let's go discuss them before we started. Where do we use this Z critical?
If theta is given.
If theta is given. Let's go and look our example. If theta is given or not, if the question says what confidence interval we are going to figure out in our problem. So over it says that calculate an 80%. Do you see the problem? Calculate an 80% confidence interval to work using theta equals 13.75. So what does that mean?
Theta is given.
Are you going to use T critical or Z critical?
Z.
T statistic or Z statistic?
Z.
Z statistic for this question, for this work. And one more thing before we start, there is in the information it says when you are measuring your weight, you have to use millimeters, not centimeters. So when we're measuring our weight of our numbers, we have to use millimeters, not centimeters. So good? So far so good? Any question? Okay, so please go ahead and get one calculator, one ruler while I'm just...
Kind of shut me down.
Oh.
I don't know these things though.
So I'm giving her either one. How do you do this? You should go 1 to 100, 1, 100.
Rand.
And then I go to random integer. Oh, first you gotta do this.
How do I do that?
You go to. Why'd you even? Okay, type C since you already started typing.
What?
Okay. Delete menu. 5,
Menu.
4, 6, and then type a random.
Yeah.
No, Adnan, I do not have a pencil. 100. I already have 27.
Yeah, you will randomize it. So, and then you will calculate.
Oh, god damn, I'm screwed. One time ago or one today? Okay.
Oh, I probably have to just I did do that, but I'm gonna give you 98.
Yeah, so you're going to go ahead and find which one is 98 over here, and then you will measure them. Yeah, so you're going to go ahead and
It's one. You only got 1 to 10. Oh, 1 100 10. I put 1 10 10.
That way you don't like have to choose out.
Sideways.
They have the same one happening. The four should have the same one.
Where's 53?
For instance, for instance, you got 34. Is it 84? So you're going to go ahead and find where is 84.
I got 0.5 millimeter.
Yeah, you need to find that.
How's the point?
It's a 0.5 millimeter blower right here.
So you're going to go ahead and measure with centimeters. So this
I'm-
is centimeters.
Oh, your blumbers. You weren't blessed with the big blumber.
71. Oh, it's a big one.
49 and
39.
22 and 15 and 49 is the same.
Like add none and rounding like the exact same thing. I got something like retarded.
Why is it retarded?
Cause like
Did they do anything to you?
no, look. Theirs are like really close together and everything.
I met so many kids that got into Columbia.
Dang it.
Psych, not Beckham.
Shut up. I didn't apply to Columbia. I applied to Princeton.
You applied to Princeton?
Oh, you've been doing it right.
Yeah, and got rejected.
You don't put on.
You can talk, but you're not allowed to go
Confidence
first.
interval.
Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Come on, why are you so slow?
Okay, what happened with this block?
Oh, don't pay attention to that point. Because I wasn't supposed to. I thought we were supposed to.
I finished mine.
Wait, can I see yours?
Yeah, you're right here. I just haven't got mine.
10.9 to 22. 10.9.
I have 2.
22.
And then 22.
Ooh, I told you, Brianna, we're supposed to grab both their points.
I didn't say anything. That was Adnan.
I did, you retard.
So did you know the Z? You don't need to. Wait, what?
Are we out? I just
How do I go back again, Rima? Wait, Miss, oh, probability. I got it.
It's harder to get to
C or just no, interval.
Wow, then. Already copied this one. Give me a minute.
The acceptance rate is not that indicative of practice.
All of these two are very similar.
because Nick
was Are you done
recommendation
yet?
letter. That's why she got accepted.
Oh, no, for Dartmouth.
For Dartmouth and Stanford, apparently that's the only reason why she got it.
makes sense. Makes sense.
I don't know how I got into Penn.
The bottom 2 weren't mine.
Makes
You could
sense.
choose one of those.
Layton's luck.
Oh, that's lucky.
Can you have a theory? What's yours?
got my C lower and my C upper.
You still communist.
I messed up big time.
Hey,
Move your hand, move your hand.